The Oklahoma Sooners begin new life in the SEC, and these are 3 reasons why I believe that Boomer Sooner will be better in the 2024 college football season. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Also, guys, you can find us across all social media platforms as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. We're brought to you by our friends over at SeatGeek. Guys, head over to SeatGeek.com or download the SeatGeek app and use promo code SECU to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, that's SeatGeek promo code SECU to get $20 off today. Brent Venables of the Oklahoma Sooners begin life in the SEC this season. And while there's a plethora of doubt, make no mistake, there is a great amount of belief down there in Norman that Oklahoma is going to take the league by storm. These are 3 reasons why I believe that Boomer Sooner will be better in the 2024 season. And guys, we will start with number 1. You know, with all the talk about the questions on Oklahoma's roster when it comes to the offensive side, and we'll get there in just a moment, but something that has stood out to me that I don't really understand, all of the talk of the question marks on the offensive side and this hole and that problem and that, are we forgetting about what Brent Venables' bread and butter is? Are we forgetting about what made Brent Venables arguably the best coordinator, offensive or defensive, in all of college football? It is that defense. It is a relentless defense. And while I understand that the old mantra, defense wins championships, I'm not sure that it truly applies 100% today because, I mean, let's face it, the rules are geared towards offensive football, and you need a high-flying offense to win a title. But when it comes to overachieving in year 1 in the SEC or being improved from a season ago and surprising some folks in this conference, the first reason, guys, I think Oklahoma is going to be better in 2024, an experienced defense in year 3 of Brent Venables' system. And, guys, you look across, there's playmakers on this defense, man. There's playmakers on this defense. Danny Stutzman, one of the best in college football. Billy Bowman in the secondary. I mean, the list goes on and on. And, guys, what you saw from year 1 to year 2 in Brent Venables' system, a great step forward. I think Oklahoma could take another step forward, and they've got a lot of pieces coming back. I expect Oklahoma to be salty on the defensive side. And if there's one thing that Boomer Sooner is going to have figured out, it's going to be the defensive side, guys. Year 3 is the year, right? We talk about year 3 all the time. Coach is either going to pop or he's not. You kind of find out who he is. You find out what the identity of the program is. You know, I think Oklahoma is going to figure the offensive side out. I think they're going to be fine. Again, more on that in a second. But I think the identity of this football program or the Brent Venables, they're going to be incredible on defense. They're going to be salty. They're going to be a nasty bunch. They're not going to be a bunch that you want to play week in, week out. So I think an experienced defense, again, led by a guy, Danny Stutzman, who decided to come back. That was massive. Billy Bowman in that secondary as well. And again, you've got experience in your front 7. I like what Oklahoma has on the defensive side. I think that group in year 3 of Brent Venables, right? These are his guys now. This is truly Brent Venables' defense. Year 1, throw that thing out. That was a transition year. Last year, you take a big step forward. I think it's only right in the progression. We're going to see another step forward. You got some of your top leaders back. You got some of your top playmakers. I think that's going to spell to an improved defense and an improved Oklahoma football team as an experienced defense leads year 3 Brent Venables on the defensive side. My second reason why I think Oklahoma football will be better in 2024. Now, I know there's questions about the offensive line, guys. We've heard this over and over and over and over again. And guys, spoiler, it's going to be something we continue to talk about over and over and over again. It just is what it is, right? It's a question mark for the Sooners. Doesn't mean it cannot pan out and work out well, but it's a question. But let's take a moment to assume that the offensive line is serviceable, which I think is definitely within the realm of possibility. The second reason why I think Oklahoma football is going to be better, guys, the Jackson Arnold to Deion Burks connection. Folks, if you have not heard of Deion Burks yet, if you haven't been paying attention, right? You haven't paid attention to spring ball. You didn't check out the Oklahoma spring game, which I know, it's a spring game. But folks, I'm going to give you a little tip right now. Buy your Deion Burks stock now. Buy it now before it's too late. Because I'm telling you, when we get to week 7 or week 8 of this college football season, and you look at the stat sheet and you say, wait a minute. Deion Burks is leading the conference in receiving? Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked, folks. I'm telling you, Deion Burks is a baller. This man is a playmaker. He is going to be electric on the outside for Oklahoma. And by the way, Jackson Arnold, I think he's got some things he's got to iron out, right? You saw the upside in the bowl game against Arizona. You also saw some of the loose ends. I mean, he's a gunslinger. There ain't no question. It's a boom or bust with Jackson Arnold. Can he learn to love the check down? That'll be the question with Jackson Arnold. But the dude's got a cannon. He's got all the talent in the world. He's going to make the big plays. And I think Deion Burks is going to be on the end of a lot of those. And I think that's going to be one hell of a tandem. When you talk some of the best quarterback wide receiver duos, I think Jackson Arnold, Deion Burks, maybe not right now you're putting them there, right? Because they haven't done anything together. But I think at season's end, I think we're going to be talking about this connection as one of the best in the SEC in 2024. So the Jackson Arnold, Deion Burks connection, folks, buy your stock now. And my third and final reason why I think Oklahoma football guys will be better this season, and again, I think this is one of those intangibles. I like bringing the intangibles into this. This is one of those intangibles that I think is that it matters. The third and final reason, guys, a massive chip on the shoulder entering year 1 of the SEC. All Oklahoma has heard over the past few months is all the chatter about Texas and how great Texas is going to be and how Oklahoma is going to struggle to go 7-5. And that's all they've heard. And guys, this is Oklahoma we're talking about. Like, this is as proud a program, as history-rich, tradition-filled, as much of a program in that category as you can think of. Oklahoma football, all they do is win, and win at a very high rate. I'm sure Oklahoma fans, you can tell us in the comments, you can tell us on social media, I'm sure Oklahoma fans are baffled by the amount of disrespect they're getting this offseason, because I would imagine it's uncharted territory. And you talk to Oklahoma folks, and you say, you think they're using that as fuel to the fire? You think they're using, is the chip on the shoulder a real thing? And they'll tell you, abso-freaking-lutely. I think a massive chip on the shoulder. I think Oklahoma, already a talented football team, already a great program. They are going to be one of the most dangerous teams in the SEC because they are going to be playing with such an edge to where they want to show people, hey, doubt us all you want, but this is OU football. Like, we've been hearing it all season long. We haven't said anything. We've been putting in our work behind the scenes. Take your shots while you can, because now we got to line up between the white lines and go to battle. And when that OU helmet trots out there on the field, you're going to get what's coming to you. So I think that chip on the shoulder, guys, I think it's going to go a long way in Oklahoma football being even better than they were, and who knows, maybe surprising in year 1 of life in the SEC. So again, guys, my 3 reasons why I believe that Oklahoma football will be better this season. Number 1, an experienced defense in year 3 of Brent Venables' system. Number 2, the Jackson Arnold to Deion Burks connection. And number 3, a massive chip on the shoulder entering SEC play. Guys, that's going to do it all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content, which is each and every single day. Also, guys, check out the podcast, which drops daily, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, guys, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the other side.